Friends, hello, hope you are well. Let's dig into SoFi stock, what is going on here. And obviously, I've been talking about SoFi a lot because I think SoFi it's been waiting for this moment for about 4 years now. And this is the truth. If you've been with SoFi, this is what we've been waiting for, the talk of rate cuts coming here. But I want to just give my opinion. And what I'm about to say, it may sound harsh, it may sound, bias for my own selfish self, but this is kind of what I think is going to happen here with SoFi, and I think this is a lot of what's going on in the zeitgeist right now of a lot of investors right now. We're all thinking the same thing. So here's my spiel of what I think we're about to see with SoFi. SoFi, until we get to this first rate cut, which we know is coming here just weeks away, SoFi will probably continue just until days up to this rate cut, continue to be very up and down. We saw the market come back today, and we saw SoFi come back a little bit here, but still falling short of where it was just days ago. Now, personally, I believe we could see SoFi go down to an easy 7, even lower 7, or a high 6 at this point. I think that's very possible. Now, when we see this rate cut, more than likely what is going to happen within the 48 hours of that first initial, hey, Jerome Powell meets with everyone and says, hey, we're doing a rate cut, here it is, boom. Everyone's excited, everyone's happy, we see the rate cut, the market loves it, investors love it, the S&P hits a whole new high. And SoFi is doing well. SoFi is at $8.50. SoFi is maybe at $9. Who knows? Maybe SoFi hits a double digit and we make it back to 10 for the first time in a long time. This is very possible within the next just days, weeks here, that this could be happening. With that, there's a very big but that we all need to be aware of right now. And this is not me trying to see doom and gloom with what's going to happen with SoFi. No, I am very bullish. Know that I am very bullish on SoFi. I like SoFi. I like the company, everything. Their growth, everything, what they're doing, it's going according to plan. It's fantastic. I don't need to go over that. My concern is the overall market. My concern is the greediness of Wall Street. My concern is the unconcern of where things are going, and not to mention, we are about to see an election, and the market is going one way for one person and one way for another person. It's obvious that SoFi is leaning towards a Republican winner. That is what SoFi is leaning towards, and even the CEO of SoFi came out and said that. That's kind of where you're wanting things to go with SoFi. On the other hand, the Democrat candidate is talking about student loan forgiveness, which SoFi does not like. Now, what has this got to do with me rambling here? Just being weeks away now, we could definitely see, and probably will see, after this initial first rate cut, which is not going to be a big one, we'll probably see the market rally really hard. That is the trap. That is the catch. Because I believe right within that time frame, we could see a huge shakedown going into the end of September here into October. It's well known that September, October, even August, but September especially, and sometimes October, the market does awful. It just does not do well. So we always have that for the background of what always happens. But with that, with the market still being so uncertain, possibly what many people are saying is not a big enough rate cut as is what's coming, we could see a mass recession, or massive, not recession, but sell-off in the market. So friends, this is what I'm kind of looking at doing here. If you're short time with SoFi, this is going to be a rocky few weeks. It's going to be a rocky month. It's going to be really pulling your hair out. But with that too, there will be greener grass on the other side. So you can do one of two things. You can wait for the rate cuts to happen. SoFi will go probably freaking crazy for a few days. But after that, something will probably trigger and happen. So with that initial pop that's going to happen here very soon, I know many people will be selling out. They will be selling out and taking profit and waiting to see what happens here at the end of September and going into October. Now, obviously, like I said, November, we still don't know who's going to win this election. And I think a lot, too, we might see a very volatile market here going into this presidential debate. The last one really triggered the market. But this one also could trigger the market. So there's a lot that is going to be making the ship rock back and forth here, friends. The stock market, that is, the ocean, and it's going to be a very violent few months here in the eye of the hurricane, what it looks like. So if you're short term in this, you're short term, but you're long term as well. I think you're going to have plenty of opportunities to take profit here. I think that would probably, this is just me speaking here, what I'm doing personally. I'm going to be taking profit. I'm going to be taking profit because I know SoFi, I know how SoFi reacts to news. And I know it's going to be very violent. I know it's going to be up and down. Look at what it was today. You could have bought it this morning at a very cheap rate and then made a 15% gain on it by, 1 o'clock this afternoon, and then it sold back off. So it's just a very up and down stock. That's the way it runs right now. And especially with all this news coming up, we're probably going to see it get very high. But I will tell you, if you're going to buy it, I would buy it sooner than later, because what's coming here in the next few weeks could really spike it up. I would be very careful getting too high into SoFi right now, especially if it were to turn into a $9.50 to $10 stock here within the time of these rate cuts. I would be very careful buying SoFi at that rate, especially with the unknown that's coming in October. Unless you're buying SoFi just to keep it for the next 5 years, yeah, do whatever. Do what you want to do. Yeah, you'll be fine in the long run. But if this is not something you're wanting to bag hold for quite a while, I would be careful. SoFi is good. SoFi is going to be fine. It's going to do great. But SoFi is going to have a violent few months here. Be aware of that. This is going to be a violent few months for SoFi. It's going to trick people. It's going to reward people. It's going to be everything. That's what it's going to be. Friends, take care. I will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.